Alright, this video might be very low quality because I recorded it off of that video I edited, since it didn't let me export it, since it literally said the captions were free, but it didn't let me, export it, and says I had to pay money for the auto captions like it's a premium feature. I spent way too long editing this. I am not editing it again, so I guess have fun with the low quality. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. Enough with the yapping, I guess, and video, yay. Hi, hello, welcome to the video. Today we'll be explaining or talking about what Cookie Run Kingdom is, what is good about it, what's bad about it, like the full fundamental. Anyways, let's talk about Cookie Run Kingdom. What is Cookie Run Kingdom? When was it released? Why did it become popular? Most of these questions would be answered in this video sooner or later. Alright, CRK, also known as Cookie Run Kingdom, was released in January 19, 2021. It got a surge of players on a release and garnered over 150 million downloads. There are an estimated 8 million active users or players on monthly. Reasons for this game becoming popular might be due to the style of the arts, the loading screens, which are phenomenal, cookies that also act in a cartoonish way, and some different personas of cookies, and the mass amount of lore, story, and just replayability, I guess, on this game. The game was created by Ji-Hoon Lee, which is the producer of the game, or the director. Game can be played on mobile, PC, tablets, anything. For PC, you can do it on emulator. I think you can download it in a specific way. I don't know what it's named, I forgot, so I might show the picture of it, but yeah. Another part of the reason might just be because of the gacha, since lots of people play the game to gamble, and you can only progress through gambling in the gacha for better cookies and other stuff. But this is basically like Clash of Clans, except if you just want to play with cookies, PvP, PvE, and etc. Did you know that there are YouTubers that voice for this game? Anyways, I'm gonna stop getting off topic and let's talk about the costs. Well, it was never disclosed. The Dev Sisters, the company, would never tell the amounts they had to spend to make this game. But they did disclose that they garnered over $300 million in revenue annually. Oh yeah, there is also a multiplayer and a single player part of the game. For multiplayer, you can go to Town Square, do guilds, battles, and other things, while for a single player, you can do story. Speaking of story, it's very complicated, so I don't really know how to explain it that much further. But a dumbed down version can be that, witches made the cookies. Cookies praised the witches for being like the god for making them. But they sooner or later they find out that the witches just made the cookies that somehow became alive, and they were just meant to be tortured, eaten, so they can hear the cries of the cookies, or like some crap like that. And there's also a evil cookie, Dark Enchantress cookie. She would also be ruining all the other cookies' lives while trying to take over the world of cookies. In different universes, the cookies try and travel in different universes to try and prevent her from, taking over the world and crap. Another thing about story would be that there's 3 modes: normal, hard, and masters. and each part of the story or land has over 30 levels, so that would take around 1 minute and takes preparation and etc. That would take 90 minutes to finish a whole entire map, and there are over 18 maps, so 18 times 3, how much is it? Alright, 18 times 3, so 54. 4,860 minutes. 4,860 minutes to hours. 81 hours of gameplay. Alright, now that I learned that I wasted around a month just to finish 16 stages, I want to talk about the upsides and downsides of this game, since there's always an upside and downside in most games, like Genshin, and I can't think of anything else, I'm not gonna lie. Number 1, this game is absurdly pay to win and unfair to the point typical spenders or even free-to-play players would never reach number 1 in most leaderboards. Now let me explain. Most cookies in this game that was ever released are always better than the previous ones, so if you just combined the previous update cookies with the newest absurdly powerful cookie, you would get an unbeatable combo in the arena. Another factor for this game being absurdly pay to win is that there are awakenings. You've heard them, you've probably liked them or hated them in other games. These awakenings are similar to a man taking steroids to fight a baby or a toddler. That is the power creep from when you awaken to if it isn't awakened. You can also rank up, which makes the power creep from the cookie to another better level or higher level. These awakenings were only applied to the ancient cookies, which pay-to-win people can easily get, but free-to-play would never see themselves maxing it out ever in the game or playing the game unless it's gonna take unless you want to be free-to-play and take a whole year to do that. Number 2, it is too easy to max a cookie out on an update for pay to win, and the odds are stacked against you if you don't pay to win as much as these whales do. Our typical spenders, free to play, pay to win, and whales. Typical spenders would spend once in a while. Free to play wouldn't spend any money at all. Pay to win would spend some money, but just to max out a cookie once, or just to send it once. And then after that, there are whales. They literally just spend their life savings to max out a whole cookie, fully ascended and everything, just to ruin everyone's day in the arena. I mean, look at these videos by other people. This guy just spends $500 out of nowhere on one video, and then after that, in the number 1 player in the arena is literally just having a maxed out awakened cookie chilling in his defense. And it's only been 1 day of this update. Alright, enough with downsides. Let's talk about the upsides. I mean, I might repeat a lot of stuff from the beginning or middle of this video on this long lecture-ish talk on why this game is fun, even though I just talked about the downsides. But, alright, let's talk about the first upside. If you like to play a grinding game and RPG mixed together, this game is meant for you, especially if you just like gambling in general. Genshin Impact lovers. Alright, this game has many things to grind for. Grind for toppings, grind for gems, grind for the newest material, or even the latest material, and it lets you get a topping tart on your cookie, grind it like you're in the mines, you get the idea. This game has a lot of things to grind for to make one of your cookies stronger than what it originally was, so if grinding is just your thing, this might be fun for you. Another upside, combining 2 right now, is the art, background, and different game modes to refresh your mind. From grinding materials, you can play guild battles, guild alliances, go into the town square to refresh your mind from grinding and to socialize with people after slaving away for just a measly legendary biscuit, which is a thing that buffs your cookies even more. And lastly, the special episodes. Special episodes typically give you free potions that levels your cookie up to 50 or even up to 70. The 70s are the ones that are very rare to obtain. Also, a random fact is that this game was somehow able to partner with Sonic, the movie, and Disney World there are even cookies that were made in response to this collab. Here are the photos, by the way. Sadly, the cookies are useless and out of meta, so no point in trying to get them or buy an account on the black market to test it out. I mean, of course, there are literally released beast cookies and awakening to ancient cookies, so of course these collaborated cookies would get out of meta in no time. Don't got much else to say. I don't know. I was writing on a script. I ran out of ideas on what to talk about. I probably missed a lot of stuff, so please don't take points from this video. Instead, like, grade my slides if this isn't in the criteria.